I want to read the statement that the nurse gave in the coroner inquest where they've been do. The statement where the nurse been give, because if the nurse had said Mohbad don't buy when she come, or she was not conscious when she came that morning of the next day, now that I will have talked, okay, yes, maybe something don't have been happened, then try use the nurse disguise. But if you read, because this nurse now, a person will be saying nothing concern. Okay, Niger Express. So this Mohbad issue, people like to get emotional about things and they let it cloud their judgment, right? That's how come we got to this place with this Mohbad case that we are so far. And even this place we are right now is still a dangerous place. Okay, now, contrary to popular belief, I actually don't think that Wunmi has a hand in the death of Mohbad. Now, I'll tell you why I don't think so. All right, I know say a lot of people no go today happy with this one why they talk, but the truth is, when you gather all the evidence, it's really not enough to implicate Wunmi. Now, everybody agree say nurse come treat Mohbad. That one everybody agree on. The fact that this nurse now we been come from spending too is a neutral person. Her statement that make me been talk say I don't think, if you check the window, I don't think say it did in there was not enough time for me to actually say make I blame Wunmi. Saying I ain't buy Mohbad. Now I'm not blaming Wunmi for killing Mohbad. Hope you understand now. For killing Mohbad, I'm not saying that like were they dysfunctional relationship? Yes, say then they fight. Yes, I accept all those ones. But say she been kill Mohbad, I don't think so. And let's be careful. You know, say Mohbad had problem with almost everybody. Mohbad had problem with his best friend, Prime Boy, with Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and even his wife. Mohbad had problem with even his wife. You understand? Mohbad been talk say there's message outside where Mohbad been talk say if anything happen to Ram, na Naira Marley. Mohbad still been put message say if anything happen to Ram, na him wife. There's still messages out there that are implicating the two parties now. So that's why I say we need to be very, very careful. Now, when the nurse come, I want to read the statement that the nurse gave in the coroner inquest where they've been do. The statement where the nurse been give, because if the nurse had said Mohbad don't buy when she come, or she was not conscious when she came that morning of the next day, now that I will have talked, okay, yes, maybe something don't have been happened, then try use the nurse disguise. But if you read, because this nurse now, a person will be saying nothing concern. You understand? She just came from a third party and she become the house, and then if she wanted to like safeguard herself, maybe she won't follow the narrative, say something, she for talk say she no meet Mohbad alive, but she said she met Mohbad alive, and the window at which she be no day around, and then even when she left Mohbad was in distress when she left Mohbad. Before she come talk, say they rush and go hospital. So there was not enough time for me to say maybe we'll maybe do something, because let me read you her statement. I don't know if I can go through all this, but this is her statement. This is from Channels TV from their website. Let me read you with the testimony where she been give. Now, I don't know. Her name is Ogedengbe. Told Magistrate Taufik Adidayo that she had her nursing training at Cornerstone Hospital, Akute, Ogun State, between 2014 to 2017, after which worked with hospital for a year before relocating from the area. She said on the 11th of September 2023, she was contacted by one of her clients, Ayobami Sodiq, also known as Spending, to administer a tetanus injection to a friend of his who got injured on his hand. Spending had told her that he suspected that there was a piece of glass embedded in the hand. Now, the nurse now said she was unable to meet up with the appointment due to heavy traffic, but on the next day, on the 12th of September, about 2:30 p.m., she went to meet with the patient at Orchid Estate in the Lekki area. The nurse also testified that she did not know the patient until she got to the house and discovered it was Mohbad. Now, according to her, she met Mohbad in the room in the house, as well as other people, the singer's wife and friend, Ayobami. So Mohbad was still alive. You understand? She met Mohbad in the room. She testified that it was the lower part of Mohbad's right hand that was swollen, and she gave him the tetanus injection on his upper arm, intramuscular route. Now, the nurse also said she asked Mohbad if he was an ulcer patient, and after he said yes, she decided not to give the diclofenac injection, but instead give him a paracetamol injection. Now, diclofenac is a sort of pain relief medicine where they give, but it be like say if you be the medicine strong well, so if you get ulcer, they don't administer that medicine to ulcer patients. So instead, she gave him paracetamol injection. Now, I'm guessing because of the pain. Now, I gave Mohbad 4 milliliters of paracetamol and 1 milliliter of water, a total of 5 milliliters, which is the normal dosage for adults. And I gave him intravenous through the vein. I diluted citralxane injection 10 milliliters and gave him slowly, she said. I explained to Mohbad and his wife that the paracetamol and citralxane injections were for pain and to treat a bacterial infection. He was feeling uncomfortable because the arm was swollen. While taking the citralxane injection, he had taken up to 2 milliliters. Mohbad said he wanted to vomit. I was surprised at this statement, but since that was how he was feeling, I decided to remove the injection, and he went to vomit in the toilet and came back to sit on the floor in the room. Now let me explain. If they give you intravenous injection, I happen to have taken some intravenous injections before. They know just they pump in that intravenous injection. They're going to put on small, because that thing is actually quite painful. You go to feel them for be like the one where they go give you for bomb or this thing. Then they give you a small, they go to pump, and those things are quite strong. You go to feel them for your nose. It depends on the injection anyways, but those things are quite strong because now your blood vessel they enter straight up. So you go to feel them for your nose, you go to feel them for everywhere. Now, I happen to have family members that are also asthmatic patients. Now you get the kind of treatment where they give them intravenous too. It is strong for them. Sometimes they go talk say this person never chop, they never give them that injection. So those intravenous injections are quite strong. All right. So she said when they give Mohbad this injection, in talk say he won't vomit. She in can run go toilet. Now the nurse they make this statement now because this nurse is a neutral person. So she came in, Mohbad was still alive. She gave Mohbad injection. Now after Mohbad came back from the toilet, when he had gone back to vomit and sat on the floor, I noticed goosebumps all over his body. I was surprised and showed his wife the goosebumps. And she said it was a normal reaction to injections that if we poured water on him, he would be fine. Now, goosebumps now. That's like say the body they kind of like they swell up, like say get something like a measles or something like that. Now so goosebumps they happen. I've actually seen somebody who was sick reacting that way. When they get goosebumps, like this person they sick, you know, if it talk, like the fever come high, you go see goosebumps, you can swell up, like saying get measles for anybody. Now she said now waiting she be noticed for Mohbad body. The wife talk say now so Mohbad they react to injection. Say make them pour water for body, saying go normal. Now the wife then took him to the bathroom and started pouring water on his head, and it was at this point that she noticed Ayobami DJ that she notified Ayobami that we should locate the nearest pharmacy. There was no vehicle in the premises to convey her and Ayobami to the nearest pharmacy, and as a result we had to run to the nearest pharmacy where I wanted to get hydrocortisone, I don't know, and saline infusion at the pharmacy to treat the allergic reaction of the goosebumps and help Mohbad with dehydration. Now, this is where I saw some people actually criticizing the nurse, that they said if it was to be a standard setting, if to say in a hospital they carry this guy go, those injections now, this injection which they talk now, injection where they give person where they get allergic reaction to that kind of medicine, they talk say on a normal day, say if to say this nurse now well trained and well satisfied nurse, say she supposed get that injection knowing say this person might have this kind of reaction, say there's a possibility that somebody might react that way to the injection. That is one criticism I saw of a doctor online. The best doctor be talk say she supposed get this medicine down so that in case Mohbad begin react, she for administer am this medicine. Say that minute where she no get am, where they begin they run up and down go to look for the medicine, could have added to why Mohbad actually buy. So I continue to read. She admitted that when they go to the nearest pharmacy, they couldn't get the injection and normal medicine, and this made her and Obami run again into the estate to look for another pharmacy since the first didn't have the medication she needed. When we got to the second pharmacy, we were able to get hydrocortisone injection and normal saline infusion. By this time, it was about 3 p.m. Ayobami, that is DJ, was receiving calls, and I heard when he said Mohbad was convulsing. Now the nurse statement be this now. She say so they left in a panic now because Mohbad was not actually feeling okay. He don't vomit, he come back, he get goosebumps. So definitely the nurse now don't know, say something is wrong. This guy is reacting somehow to this particular injection which she been give him. Now they can't run up and down, go they find something to give him to treat against the reaction where him they get. Now she say when they outside around 3 p.m. say then call the person where she and am been, they go look for the injection, tell them say Mohbad they convulse. I don't know if you guys are getting the picture where this is her own narrative they paint now. I don't think there's enough time now between the part she come out and this person is in distress. He don't go vomit, he don't throw up, and they get goosebumps. I might be wrong, oh. I just talk now because somebody not be like say I might be wrong. Maybe who knows? Maybe that interval we should come out. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Maybe something don't happen between Mohbad and the wife again. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Ordinarily, if you look at this case, I wouldn't start to blame Mohbad's wife because there was an emergency going on. They'd be wrong, go find this, wrong, go find this. And if he was convulsing, it's a normal reaction. When person don't they react to something like that, the body don't reject the thing, body don't talk say something they stop, and there's no first aid to give the person to calm that reaction down. The person fit it begin convulse, which is actually true. Okay, now I heard that Mohbad was convulsing. I told him that he should tell the person he was talking to and arrangement should be made to take Mohbad to the hospital. Then the nurse contact say me they arrange they can go hospital. That by the time I and Ayobami got back to Mohbad's house, Mohbad had already been carried out of his house. As a result, the hydrocortisone injection and normal saline infusion could not be administered. Now the medicine which she been buy to take treat Mohbad for the reaction wey him dey get for the medicine wey she been give am before, she talk say they don't already carry am outside. She no can't get chance give am that medicine again. Now at this point, I didn't have access to go back into Mohbad's house, as everybody in the house was already outside, and the plan was to get Mohbad to the hospital as quickly as possible. Mohbad did not converse in my presence, neither was he conversing when I got back to the house. Now, when I know some people they talk say yes, when she come back she no say and they converse. This doesn't mean anything. If nobody saying go converse trust, if you don't converse don't come pass out, because I don't know the distance between where she did to when she go reach the house. Now she said there was still no vehicle to convey us to the hospital, so it was Mohbad's neighbor that offered to assist us to the hospital. As she said, on the way to the hospital in the neighbor's vehicle, she sat with Mohbad's wife in front passenger seat, while Adura, Mohbad's brother, and Mohbad were in the back seat. There was terrible traffic on the road that day, and due to this, Mohbad had to be put on a motorbike to get him to the hospital. I had to get down from the neighbor's vehicle and I started running after the motorbike that Mohbad was on. Due to the heavy traffic, it took about 20 minutes to get to the first hospital, she narrated. Now, she see the time we don't pass 20 minutes now since Mohbad don't react to injection we then give him. This is very crucial. Like, these things no they take time like that. If person don't react, say you they react badly to injection, my brother, it no they take time. This person fake pie under minutes. If you look when person they overdose on something or they react to something, it no they take time. At all. So this is 20 minutes now. And even they play say devil's advocate. Let's say she be given injection since when she be come for house. They call the carry and go hospital. You understand? Now when we eventually go to the hospital, the medical personnel on ground initially didn't want to attend to him, and it almost caused chaos. But they later attempted CPR. That means at this point he was unconscious. Because before hospital self go dey fear to attend to patient, they go don't think say maybe this patient don't die. And CPR wey they give to person wey be say he don't pass out, wey be say he don't die, then they try see if they fit bring the person back to life. They administer CPR on him in the hospital. After the CPR, the doctor proclaimed Mohbad was brought in dead. That the doctor talk say this person when I carry come, he no longer dey alive. Now the doctor on call at the first hospital called me aside and asked me what medications I administered to Mohbad. I explained myself to the doctor, the medication I gave Mohbad and dosage that was administered. Darusha then met us at the first hospital while Spending was on his way to the first hospital. When Darusha came and heard that Mohbad was dead, he didn't believe it and insisted on taking Mohbad to another hospital. Mohbad was put in Darusha's vehicle. There wasn't enough space for me to follow the vehicle, but I remember that Mohbad's wife followed Darusha. I and Ayobami joined Spending in the Uber he came with, while Ayobami was calling someone in Darusha's vehicle to know their whereabouts. We eventually got to know that Darusha had taken Mohbad to another hospital, Osakpa, London, in Lekki. It took about 20 minutes to get to the second hospital due to the heavy traffic. Ordinarily, it wouldn't have taken us more than 10 minutes. By the time we got to the second hospital, it was almost 6 p.m. And we met Darusha and some people that followed him. Mohbad was outside the hospital. Mohbad was outside the hospital because the management of the hospital didn't allow Darusha to bring Mohbad into the hospital. Although the medical team on ground checked for a pulse on Mohbad, but there was none. The doctor on call at the second hospital invited me into the hospital and told me to sit down at the reception while other people present were outside the hospital. The doctor then asked me what happened, and then I explained everything to her the way I explained to the doctor at the first hospital. After speaking with the doctor at the second hospital, she requested to speak with 2 family members, so it was Darusha and Spending that she spoke with. We spent about an hour at the second hospital before I left the second hospital to return to Mohbad's house. At this time, it was already night time and it was around 7 p.m. Mohbad's body was brought back to the house, and at about 8 p.m. there was a lot of people in the house. At this time, everybody was outside. Mohbad's lawyer came to meet us in the house. At about 9 p.m., I Oyobami, my cousin, who was a lawyer, and Mohbad's lawyer, all in a quest to get a death certificate for Mohbad, visited the police station at Orchid Lekki at the first hospital Mohbad was carried to. On getting to the police station at Orchid, I explained everything that happened to the police officer who attended to us. After explaining everything that happened to the police officer who attended to us, the police officer asked Mohbad's lawyer and Ayobami if they wanted to file a complaint against me or if they wanted the matter investigated. They responded that they were not sure yet. The police officer then directed us to Ajiwe police station to Aja if we needed police report. I am sure that Mohbad's lawyer can give a detailed report on the quest to get the police report and death certificate for Mohbad. After her testimony, she was cross-examined by counsel for Mohbad's family. Blah, 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 blah. The case has been adjourned. Blah, blah, blah. Now the statement where she been give be this. Okay. Now, from this statement, now this is the nurse statement, and a doctor. I think this was on Daddy Freeze's show. A doctor actually said that yes, this thing will happen legitimately can be the fault of the nurse. Now, not saying she been killing Mohbad on purpose, but this is like, say when you won't come administer certain things. As I said, for Nigeria, now God they help us. Now God they help us. So for part of the nurse, first of all, because this is her testimony. From this her testimony now, it was obvious that Mohbad was alive when she got there. When she be given Mohbad treatment, something become happen before before she can't begin the panic. They go to find medicine where she go give Mohbad for the reaction. Ordinarily, and they talk say if she was a licensed nurse, she been supposed to know say she will get that thing. Blah 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 blah. Mistakes have been made, and it's not the first time anybody's making mistake. I'm sure she must have given this injection to people that did not react. But there's a first time for everything. Because she be ask him, say you get ulcer, she no give him the clofenac, she can't give him paracetamol injection. And the paracetamol injection ain't can they react to. You understand? Now, that's why I said we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful because everybody now don't take style. They come, they like push the thing, go meet Mohbad wife. I don't think so. They like was Mohbad wife a bad wife? Maybe yes. Say she been by Mohbad? I don't think so. Was she a bad wife? I would say yes. Now let me explain why. I would say yes. I would say she's a bad, apart from a bad wife, she's a bad person. You know why? This is why. You were at the house with Mohbad, and this is the problem I have with the wife. You were in this house with Mohbad, and you were aware that a nurse came to treat, because last now they are pointing fingers at the nurse. The nurse came to treat Mohbad, and Mohbad was reacting funny to this particular treatment where the nurse been given, and I ain't gonna resort to Mohbad buying. Why did you start pushing attention to Naira Marley and Sam Larry? You understand, like as the statement she made when Mohbad first passed away. Why did she start putting attention to Naira Marley and Sam Larry? These guys were not even around Why did you start talking about the dissing until he died? Now you have did it. You know that kind of thing, like making it look like these guys had a hand. But you be supposed to talk, say, okay, see what's been happen. He had a fight with his friend. There was an injury on his hand. He had a reaction. We called a nurse because at some point, I know say Mohbad no be small pikin, but even the people wait there around them, why are these people no try to carry Mohbad go hospital? They say Mohbad talk say like hospital. So you see what I'm saying, like there was a lot of mistakes that was made. But the wife, me I go talk and say that wife, where she wicked for where me I did be say, you knew that it was Mohbad was reacting to injection because of his hand injury, but you still come outside and they mislead the public. The public came out and were saying Mohbad, justice for Mohbad, carry Mole and carry Naira Marley and Sam Larry, like they were the ones that actually murdered this guy. But you were there and you saw everything that happened, and you could not say, oh, Nigerians, please, no be these people buy. I'm saying na injection. Yes, they might have bullied it, but see wetin be happen. See how you take by. They did not give us any explanation as to how Mohbad passed away. That's why people are suspecting her at this point. And I don't blame people for suspecting her. But me, I'm going off the statement of the nurse. Now, what did the nurse may make now? It is quite unplausible to say, okay, that interval way, because something don't they happen. I say now that's something where nobody don't they throw up, when don't they get goosebumps, when they react. Now that time they won't fight, say she won't come by Mohbad. So I don't think so. So I think it was the carelessness of the nurse and people around him that actually caused Mohbad to actually, die. Now, I'm not saying Sam Larry and Naira Marley they are angels. So yes, they bullied him. They actually bullied him. From the videos you can see, whether or not Mohbad did anything to them, they actually been bullying him. But did they have a hand in killing him? No. You understand? From this whole testimony, I'm just going with evidence where they ground until we see something that is out of these ones where they see. Because from evidence where they ground, it's obvious that these guys did not have a hand in his death. And from this evidence where they ground too, people testimony, add up to waiting we go talk, say maybe na the wife na been fire. At the end of the day, everybody around Mohbad, the way them take handle this particular issue, I no like them. I personally did not like the way people actually handle this Mohbad issue. So that's why I want people to be very, very careful. At this point, we've made the mistake the first time of coming out to do justice for Mohbad and carrying Naira Marley and Sam Larry to be the face of this justice for Mohbad because we thought they were actually the killers of Mohbad. But they are not the killers. Obviously, they are not. And this Iyabo Ojo with the group, their group where they were set up, you guys knew that these guys were not in the country. Say because them bully this guy, make una won't come pain in passing away on these guys. Why didn't you guys look for evidence to say, okay, what happened? Una ask the wife, say, what it be happen? Did she give you guys this story that the nurse is giving? But then una see come with this story where them give. Come they talk say, nah, Sam Larry and Naira Marley, they try to make all the media outlets where they day against them. Come on now, that's some level of evil. If they actually bully this guy, yes, we can come outside and say this guy's bullied him. Now the time when they are alive, 9 people supposed to fight for him. When he was coming outside to shout that these guys are bullying me, nobody fought for him. Nobody did anything. Now when you don't buy, now we all come create groups. Say yes, let's come and end their careers. Let's come and kill them. Like, come on. Because at the end of the day, did they kill this person? No, they were not even around. So even say that they get issue, at that point they were not even actively fighting with himself. At that point, then they or another place. Him, they with his family, the people they around them. We're supposed to take care of him. They did not take care of him. And even him was supposed to take care of himself too, not take care of himself. Because let's not forget, he's an adult. So as much as we will say, they no carry and go hospital, he himself supposed to say he won't go hospital. He's an adult. Nobody is not a baby. Or was not a baby. He was an adult. And person will be saying you don't see money already. So he had what it took to have taken care of himself. So that's why I said, there's no one person I would like to blame. There's a lot of people that actually messed up in this whole thing. And the nurse too, they said from her license, make her they more implicating for her. They say she is not supposed to be administering treatment to people on her own. Say she's supposed to work on that person, because from her own certification, say she's supposed to work on that person. So mistakes were made all around. But does that mean we have to now come and crucify some people? No. So let's be careful with this whole thing. Like I said, if any of that evidence if Verydarkman go provide evidence, say yes, now Wunmi been by Mohbad and we see evidence or person give testimony or all that, then we can say okay, yes, let's fight for the justice for Mohbad, for the killer. But this one now, it's actually looking like it was a mistake that happened from the nurse, the injection which she been give am, and because you no get the right antidotes for the reaction wey him dey get. So please, I just want to make people they actually they very, very careful. But anyways, those are my own thoughts and opinions on this particular issue. Now, waiting me, I think be that. But let me know what you guys think. What are you guys' takes on this particular Mohbad issue with the whole family matter and everything where they go on? What do you wanna feel about this Mohbad issue? Make una drop them for the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe for the channel. This is Nigeria Express. Peace out.